Hello and welcome back to City Skylines, and ladies and gentlemen, today is part 20 of our vanilla Let's Play, and a few things have actually changed, and I would like to take some time to walk you through all of those changes. I would also like to say that those changes took place during a live stream over on TwitchTV/ConflictNerd, so if you ever see that I'm going live with City Skylines, then it might very well be with the Vanilla City to change a couple of things before I then record an episode. But with that out of the way, let's go in and look at some of the changes. Now, these changes have actually been super important, and they've been to the airport. So, we have some metro stations, and this metro station in particular is very, very popular. Now, the airports themselves are very popular too. I don't want to bulldoze it. We have, well, it says 0 people serviced last week and 323. A lot of people use these airports. And this metro line here, you might notice, is the blue line. And that's important for one very specific reason. This road here, this little road here, that leads us down from the airport, down the hill towards the city. It goes over there to a roundabout, it spirals down to this point over here, and then it comes along and into the city. This entire road from the airport down to here was backed up, or I should say from here up to the airport, was backed up with traffic. The reason it isn't anymore is because that blue line goes from the airport down to here and continues through the city. Obviously, we have a point where the blue and red lines merge, and of course the blue line has a multitude of places where you can transfer to the yellow line, although you don't need to because there's a yellow line that runs from the airport to Rushport, the leisure district, right here, so you don't actually need to get on the blue line to get to Rushport. But yes, this has been vital when it comes to dealing with traffic going down this hill. Now, I have seen a couple of people suggesting that we do a bypass to the airport so that traffic can, for example, go directly from the highway to the airport. That is something I'm considering, although that is something that would be a little bit tricky to do because of how steep that hill happens to be. And I kind of like the way this works. I like this little ending point for the highway. I know that it would kind of make sense for the highway to run up to the airport, but at the same time, I might just make... At some point, I'm going to make an international airport, and that's something I do need to mention as well. We have 60,000 people currently, but we did eventually wind up hitting 65,000 people on the live stream because I was filling in a bunch of zoning over here in Rosewood Hills and the area down here as well. I basically filled out the suburbs, built the roads, put the trees in, and did all of that detailing. I didn't do all of this on the live stream. I did some of it off camera like I said I would, and that resulted in us hitting 65,000 people. The reason we're sitting on 60,000 and why money isn't so good is because we had a massive, massive death wave across the entire city, which I went ahead and dealt with, and as a result of that death wave, we now seem to be dealing with a worker shortage. A lot of people died, and a lot of factories are no longer functioning. So what I'd like to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and tweak Pine Square a little bit. Going to get rid of a few things. Going to move this taxi depot to there, I guess. And we're going to just make this area a little bit smaller so that we don't have as much of a severe worker shortage in here like the one we currently have. And my hope is that this will absolutely help. It also gives us some room to go ahead and make something I said I was going to make and never got around to making, which is a sort of business park, except in this case it's most likely going to end up being sort of a retail park as well. So we can get to that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that zoning there. I can zone up to there as well. You know, it might be nice as well to turn this square into something completely different, because, again, we have this worker shortage, so the fewer places I have people working, the more likely it is they'll go elsewhere. But what I think I want to do is go to power and get a nuclear plant, which unfortunately doesn't fit in there. Oh, that would have been perfect. Well, that's a shame. We could do solar, and that is something people have wanted me to do for a while. We already have, I think, 2 of these over this way. We do. Do we have anything else for power? We do. I'm actually going to get rid of those. And we're either going to throw nuclear in there, which, again, we could do if we wanted. Possibly. I don't know if it's going to fit. It actually will if we get rid of the incineration plant. Which I'm going to do. Because nuclear power is, as I've said previously, remarkably clean. Dangerous if something goes wrong, but clean otherwise. So we'll do that. That's the 2 nuclear power plants, which means we can probably get rid of the solar plants, which are costing 1,200 per week. These are 8,000. Actually, you know what? Nope. Oh, we've got 8 million. What does it matter? Let's get some nuclear power in here. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna figure out why we're having some monetary problems. And that is something worth mentioning as well. For some reason, we have developed some monetary issues here in the city. And I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'm sure someone's gonna go into the comments and be like, actually, I know exactly why it is. It's because you zoned way too much commercial. Which is a possibility. But, you know, I can fix this problem anyway. I've had many cities and many skylines, so we can make this work. Anyway, placing those is gonna hurt my income, but it does give us a lot of electricity, so we're all right. I will get rid of the solar plants because we really don't need them anymore, and I guess we can zone in there a bit like that. We could do some roads in there to fill up the space. Definitely a thing we can do. So if we did that, and then we can do just a bit of industrial zoning in there. Alright, so that should totally work. Another change I made was to add this road here that loops around, so that traffic doesn't just have to go the one way around this entire area. Which seems to be working. A lot of garbage trucks are taking the highway there, which is beautiful to see. We should see a bit of zoning pop up in here, but the big thing I want to deal with today is getting this retail/business park up and running over here. And I like this as a location. I think this could be a pretty good location. Also, I added this road here, but that's not really doing all that much. I also changed the train line ever so slightly, so it goes underground, but again, not the most important change we've made. Now, with that all out of the way, let's actually work on getting a reasonable business park in here. And to do that, I'm thinking of changing this space up, but I think it's probably alright as is. So let's see. What kind of thing are we going to do? Well, the entrance to this is going to be an avenue, going about 10 units that way. And I do sort of feel like it needs to be based on a kind of one-way system. Kind of similar to what we did here, with this one-way system going around here. So a one-way system for this retail park means traffic will be able to flow around it quite nicely. And also means that it's going to be, you know, fairly efficient, I guess. If we run to there, does that work? Yes, it does. Let's run to there as well. We'll go to there, and I think that's about as close as I really want to get to the industrial zone. So I reckon this end of things can be the actual business park. So if we go that way, this bit can be for retail, which will hopefully work. We'll see. Maybe this bit could be two-way roads. So generally, you are still on a one-way system, but you also kind of have the option to sort of loop around there, because that is going to be the business side of things. So with that, I will go ahead and throw in some office zoning. And I will also do a little pathway, little road, sorry, down there. And do some office zoning in there as well. And a little pathway across here definitely wouldn't hurt. Might be a good idea to do that as well. And then maybe remove the zoning from there. And I could actually put a little metro station in there. Not entirely sure where that's going to connect to, but Well, maybe the red line. Maybe we have the red line go sort of over and up. Although that kind of defeats the purpose of the red line. The red line technically should go out here, but people have been saying, you know, connect the residential areas by metro. The residential areas, the suburbs, are staying connected by train because that makes more sense to me. I don't really think we'd have a metro running out to there. Trains are fine, though. They are super busy if we go to my train lines. Yeah, 273 and 359 is not bad. So I'm not going to run a metro out to there. So maybe the red line running to here would actually make a bit of sense. That is definitely a possibility. It might also make sense to, instead of doing an avenue there, we do a one-way road, sort of in and out. I guess that kind of works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll change it to an avenue. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave it like that. I just want a fairly generic-looking zone, which I think is what I'm achieving. Also going to do this, so it's not a perfect little square at the top there. And that's also going to be office zoning. Yeah, a lot of it's just going to be office up here. That's fine. That bit too. What I will do is actually dezone those bits. Because... No, you know what? I'm just gonna do some commercial there. And then the rest of it's going to be commercial too. Obviously, I'm going to put some stuff in the middle, some roads and all that, but for the time being, it's fine as is. This is all going to be commercial up to about that point as well. We'll go to there with it instead, and like that. We can fix this. We can make this work. Let's get rid of... Hopefully get rid of that zoning there with... Will a pathway work? Oh, it does. Okay. So a bit of commercial just there. And maybe if I did that instead. Hold on. If I did that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. No, that totally works. We can run a pathway up there. It can connect, I guess, in there. Could maybe work. Can I get a little... I can get a diagonal path there. Beautiful. Okay. Let's do that. So that'll let you connect directly across to... Well, it won't really, but it is an easy enough way to get to the metro station, so that should be pretty good. As for this space in here, I think it might be smart to do something like this, that goes 10 units in there, and 10 units in there. Then like 3 and 3, and then we can connect those with pathways. I think that could work. So once again, we have the commercial zoning. We'll do a little sort of square like that. And like that. And that looks all right to me. Okay, I'm liking this. Let's get some more offices just up to there. Not in there, please. And that should work. We are going to need some parks. Definitely going to want some of those to make the area a little bit fancier. Might be nice to get one in there, actually. So if I do that, having those as dead-end roads, I actually kind of like it. I think that's quite nice having it a dead-end road. So what I'll do is run this little pathway here under the train line and just up to this road, because I guess why not, really? This doesn't really make all that much sense, but maybe you're going to walk to work or something. Or over to that road. That's also an option. Let's see. If I go like this to there and there. And then from here to there. I like it. I do. We can obviously run a road over like that as well. Not a road, sorry, a pathway. So that should be pretty good. We can put some trees up here to make it look a bit nicer and like it blends out, but that's pretty good. As for these spaces in here, I want to get myself a couple of small parks. So I know the Japanese garden will fit in there and there. So we'll do that because they fit nicely. And as for the entrance and exit, again, we do have room for more Japanese gardens, but is there anything else we could place? I know the other smallest park we're going to get is a 5x5, which is unfortunate. But I guess it works. Do a couple of 5x5 plazas just at the entrance. Sure, we'll do that. That's completely fine. Let's just do that as well, and do that, and do that as well. All right, so that's fine. That's totally fine. Go to there and go to there. And turn that into paved, and we're good. All right, so that's gonna hopefully look pretty decent. I do want to put a couple of little pathways around like this. And like this. And this little space here could probably be offices. And then maybe we'll do this as well. I like it. I do. I think that'll be pretty good. I feel like that'll be pretty good. Let's just turn it into a district. We can get a name for it. Whatever it's going to be. Place your bets, of course. Place all your bets. And if you don't place your bet, well, you might not win. So, let's see. What is the name? Cherry Square. That's actually not bad. We have some little sort of cherry blossom trees in there. That's possibly the most accurate name for a district we've had in City Skylines thus far. Amazing. Alright, so let's bring this district up to here as well. We do need to make it a little bit bigger so that it covers all the buildings on the outside of these roads too. So down like that, over to there, and down to there. Alright. I am going to take it off of the avenue. And that's good. Alright, we could neaten it up a little bit more, but that's fine. So Cherry Square is the name of the business/retail park. Hopefully, it's gonna do a pretty good job. That is the goal, anyway. We'll do a little pipe going up to there, and we'll do a pipe going to there and to there. All right. So hopefully that'll build. I do want to set the theme for the district to be vanilla, because it's sort of on the outside, so this would be a recent development as opposed to a more recent thing. Wait, no, this would be a recent development as opposed to an older thing, is the sentence I was actually going for there. That legitimately made no sense. Wait a minute, no, default style is what I'm looking for, right? Default, no, vanilla? Hold on, I've actually completely forgotten. Pine Square is vanilla. And Middle Hills is default. Yeah, I got it. So there we go. This area here is going to be newer looking than everything else we have going on. Now, as for this metro, I feel like I am just going to use the red line, which, by the way, I know people really don't like these right angles and all that stuff. I just do it. It's just my way of doing things. It works. It does what it needs to do. So there we go. Hopefully that will become fairly popular. And hopefully these roads won't cause too many problems. That's definitely a hope. But this should be pretty good. I do want to go ahead and do some detailing up here, though. I just want to get some trees in, little oak trees, to make it look like this fades out a little bit and feathers away. So just a few little trees around like that should be pretty good. We can do a couple of... Well, actually, there's no point doing trees in there. That's going to develop. I'll tell you what we do need to add, though. We do need to add the Eden Project, which means we need a business park somewhere. And I think I may have just spotted a good place for the business park. Except I haven't, because there's a train line in there. That's unfortunate. The business park would look real good in there. Because it is, of course, the big archway thing. It's that. Oh, that would have looked so good. It could sort of fit in the middle as well, of course, but I kind of want it at the end of some road or at the end of some district or the end of the park or something. Let's see. Is there anywhere else I could put this that it's going to look amazing? Not really. There's not that many places that this is going to look incredible in. Which makes things a little bit tricky. Have we really lost that much money? Have we been losing money this whole time? I haven't really been paying attention. I know you've burnt down. And I know there are still a few issues with not enough workers and all that. Now, where can I put the business park, though? In there would maybe be alright, if it fits. Which it doesn't. Well, that's a shame. Because that would have been a pretty cool spot, too. I mean, it would fit if I got rid of that road. But I don't know I necessarily want to get rid of that road. That also might be a little bit much around the city hall. Plus, it's much more of a modern development, isn't it? It's a big archway thing, so it kind of needs to go in one of these districts. And I guess Crescent... No, Crescent isn't my business district. It's Madison Square is the business district. Which kind of has me thinking maybe putting it in here would be a good spot because it's right on the highway. So you'd actually see it. Again, if it fits. Which it, of course, doesn't. So that's good. Let's see if I can get this thing to fit. Because I really, really want it to. So I want it to go in there. I think that's central. It's kind of difficult to know. I think that's central. Yeah. That's not so bad. I mean, obviously, we're going to want to get a few of these roads back in. Just like that, then like that. Then do a couple of little pathways. Just around here. And in there as well. And to there as well. Alright. So that should be fine. We can get the office zoning back in there. And I think that looks alright. You come out of this subway, you're right on the business park. That should be fine. These guys over here actually have more room to build, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to bulldoze some of those buildings, so they'll build back even bigger. And I like it. That's pretty cool. You sort of see it along the highway, which is kind of the important thing. I could say that Madison Square is not a district with high-rises. And I feel like that's a thing I actually want to do. So we'll do a high-rise ban. But we have done a tax relief. And we'll do a... Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. We'll do... Actually, you know what? We'll do smoke detector distribution in there and recycling. So there we go. All the tall buildings in there, including that one that I really bloody love, they're going to go. Because that way, we'll actually be able to see the business park as you go along the highway. So that's fine. What else do we need for the Eden project? Cathedral of Plentitude. Now that's annoying because the Cathedral of Plentitude is this thing. Which is dumb. Real dumb. Real dumb. Where can I put this? I feel like it needs its own park. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to place the Cathedral of Plentitude just there. Because I'm going to be deleting it anyway. Can I get the Eden project yet? No, we need the Friendly Neighborhood Park. Now, the Friendly Neighborhood Park is in here somewhere. That's not it. That's the Plaza of the Dead. That's the Fountain of Life and Death. That's the Friendly Neighborhood Park. This can go over here. Because this area is a friendly neighborhood. So, let's see. Well, actually, what about up here? No, this area needs it. This area could use it too, though. So, maybe Rosewood Hills is where we put the Friendly Neighborhood Park. We'll throw it there. Seems pretty good to me. Bulldoze a couple of these little buildings just there. so that we can decorate around this thing as well, including you and you. And we'll do a little curved pathway like that. And we'll do a little pathway just like, apparently not that. Good. Good. We'll go like that then. And out there. Okay. So Friendly Neighborhood Park looks nice and friendly. Does need a couple of trees around it though. So something like that should be pretty good for decoration. There we go. So I've got that. Eden Project next needs the official park, which is in here somewhere. Is it that one? No. Statue of Shopping. Is it in... Is that it? No, that's the Fountain of Life and Death. That's the official park. Okay. Well, that could go in here. Sort of. It's, it doesn't quite fit all that well. Although it would fit if I got rid of the Japanese park. Which I think I'm going to do. Because I kind of want the official park actually up there, to be honest. So, official park can go there. Looks pretty good to me. And in this space, we can do something else. Let's see. Let's just go for something that's gonna fit, which could be the Fountain of Life and Death. Except it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Does anything else? Nope. Nope. Yes, actually. The Statue of Shopping. It's actually a better fit than the official park, but that's fine. That's fine by me. Let's just get a couple of little trees in there, and a couple of little trees in there as well. Alright. That area is going to be super luxurious. What do we need next? We need Serving Services Offices. What is the Serving Services Offices? Is it this? No, that's Colossal Order. That's the Courthouse. That's the Grand Mole. That is the Observatory. That is the Grand Library. No, it's not that. Oh, God. What am I going? Where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put this? Bloody enormous. There. There we go. Serving Services Offices are not placed. Statue of Industry. I could swear I placed that already, but that's fine. That's easy. That one's actually one that I kind of want. So the Statue of Industry, I kind of want to go... Wait, we already have that. No, that's the Statue of Wealth. I thought I apparently didn't place this. That's surprising. Okay, well the Statue of Industry would probably look pretty good in there. So... let's bulldoze a couple of those guys. And those guys, and you. And you as well. And the Statue of Industry can go... there. I like it. I do. That's actually really cool. So that's where that's going to stay. We'll do a little road like this so we can get a few more bits of zoning just there. So that can go to there. We can actually zone along there, which probably isn't worth doing, but I'm going to do anyway. And zoning there is probably pointless as well. So there we go. Statue of Industry is in place. Gonna just want to very quickly do that. And then turn that into a road that doesn't have trees on it, because that's kind of silly. There we go. Alright, so that seems fine to me. In fact, you know what? Do that one way. So traffic has to sort of flow around there. That's fine by me. Alright, so Statue of Industry's placed. And we can finally get the Eden Project. Now, the reason I wanted the Eden Project is because the Eden Project actually gets rid of pollution from land, air, and water. And it also makes the city more valuable. So what is the Crescent District? The Crescent District is mostly residential. But this space in the middle could really look decent with an Eden Project in there. Especially if I was to line it up with the, with this space up there. Except it's not really going to line up perfectly. But let's try this. Let's give this a shot. Let's pull that road out of there. And get rid of all of this zoning, which is risky, considering money's not amazing right now, but that's fine. So we'll do this. Crescent District is going to be the home of the Eden Project, apparently. Now here's the next question. Will it fit central? That's not the Eden Project. Eden Project is 850,000. And it will not fit central by the looks of it. No. Maybe we build somewhere for it specifically? Oh, this district's having a really bad time over here. Let's let's bulldoze those first, which didn't actually cancel the Eden project, which is fine. We could build somewhere specific for it, but I like the idea that it would be kind of in the middle of the city. So, I mean, if we moved this road one, or... No, that road can't really be moved. Well, it can, but... It'd be a bit of a pain. This road can be moved one tile. So... Well, it can't because there's a road there. Well, no, it can. Let's move this road. Just a single tile. So this needs to go like that. Alright, then you get bulldozed and you get bulldozed. You run straight through to, Oh, that was the one-way bit. Okay. Didn't actually realize that. There we go. So this needs to go to there. And is that actually connected? I think it is. Yeah, that still functions, so we don't actually need to move that, which is great news. Let's run that to there. Let's do high-density residential there and there. Hold on, that needs fixed. Let's just clear that space out. Let's do 4 tiles of offices and then 4 tiles of high-density residential. Then the same just there. So that should work fine, is my thinking. Some of those guys might need bulldozed, but that's okay. As for the Eden project itself, it should now fit in here pretty well, which it does. As for fitting central in the... on this axis, not so much. But that's fine. That's completely fine. Let's, go to there. And go to there. And then put the Eden project... Oh, if I could move that back a little bit. No, that'll do. It's not perfectly central, but it has just made a whole section of the city very, very happy. So that's kind of all I want. Now, as for these roads... I'm sort of feeling like a one-way system might be a good idea here. So let's do a one-way system with trees sort of going around it. So like that, and to there, and like this as well. Alright, that's pretty good. So that just runs around that area. Again, Eden Project's not entirely central. It kind of can't be, is the thing. Well, if I were to move you... No, this thing can't really be... This thing can't really be central. Okay, no, it's fine. We're just gonna have to deal with that fact. So let's do... commercial zoning just next to it. There and there. And if I try to move this... Yeah, can't really go central in that axis. And, can't really go central on that axis either, so that's fine. It's gonna have to just stay there. I can do some decorations around it, though. It's fine. It will look completely fine. Can't do plazas, because we don't have the space, annoyingly. We do also need to get the Magica theme park in there. We totally need to get the Magica theme park in here. Can I fit that opposite? No, that thing's huge. Good lord. At least it would go if I got rid of that road, it would fit. Oh my god. If I got rid of that road, I could get the Magica theme park in opposite the Eden project. That would be kind of silly. Let's not do that. Let's just do a little gravel path that can wind around here. So to there, and to there, and like that, and that. Maybe not quite as much of a curve as that. Looks a little bit silly. We'll go from there, like that, and that, and that. So that's a good start. I want to run this up to there, which gives a bit of a weird bit at the end. But that's okay. It does look a bit weird, but I can probably get a tree in there. So that looks okay. And I can get a tree in there, so that looks okay. Then just a few more trees around the place. And I think that's pretty good. Once that builds up, obviously, it's going to look a bit better. But that should honestly give us some huge amounts of leveling up across the city. If anything's not already sitting at mostly high level, the Eden Project is gonna fix that. So not only is the Eden Project super useful for leveling up your city and cleaning your city, we were once having some monetary problems. Not so much anymore. We're currently sitting at plus $30,000, so I think it's fair to say that the newly named Eden District is doing pretty well for itself. I'm also going to go to this district and do recycling, smoke detectors, parks and rec, education boost. Taxation's fine. We're not going to change that, but the newly named Eden District is doing some great things. I also came down this way and ever so slightly changed the way the roads flow here. So any traffic coming in from this side has to go to the right. Basically, one-way road. Big 6-lane one-way road. And that's not the worst thing in the world, because what's happening is traffic's coming off, and then there's 2 lanes up here that go to the right, 2 that go straight on, and 2 that go to the left, because I changed the one-way roads here so that all of these roads sort of filter through to this central one, and then you can go out that way, or straight on. So traffic sort of flows through this area, which I really enjoyed. But what I'm going to go ahead and do at this point is start getting some more zoning in, so that we can work towards having this area, I suppose, technically finished, which would be nice. So I'm going to go to there for a second, going to go like that, and going to go like that. And that should be pretty good. Let's do a little bit of a pathway just in there. So those guys are connected together. In fact, we could have really done it up there. So we'll do that instead. There we go. So those areas are connected together. We can get some good zoning going there. And also in there. Having zoning on a one-way 6-lane road is maybe not the best thing in the world. But again, the traffic can just sort of flow around if it needs to. And we do have a little bit of demand for industry, maybe slash offices, but we have that demand nonetheless. Actually, you know what? I'm considering that maybe it would be a good idea to get rid of this industrial zoning and get rid of this industrial zoning and replace the lot of it with offices. That seems like it would be a pretty good idea to me. Then move this guy to the one-way road. Possibly. We'll put the incineration plant just there. I'd also like to move this one to be there, I guess. And again, more offices just in there. Then these incineration plants can be moved into the district a little bit further like that. And like that. And that gives us a little bit more space for some more industry zoning there. But that's good. I think maybe what we need to do is start phasing out old industry and bringing in more offices. Because I guess the education level of the city is, well, it's better than it should be, is what I'll say. I realize there are no schools up here in the Florence district. So I will add I'll add an elementary school. What is that? That's a police headquarters. I feel like that could be a school instead. Let's move the police headquarters across the street. And let's put a school just there. And then maybe just move the police headquarters completely sort of into the district. Even there seems better. So I'll go with that spot. Then bring a little pathway over like that. And like that. I like it. I do. As for this space, low density again, of course. So we have a school up this way for these guys. That'll hopefully make them a bit happier. We do need more high schools, though. I think we only have 3 of them. We could definitely do with a 4th. And I think I've mentioned already, this would be a pretty good spot for one, so I think I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? We do really need another high school, so getting one there, even though it messes up the road and messes up, you know, the land, not the road, sorry, it just messes up the land, we kind of need it. Then I'll put a pathway just there. And maybe some trees sort of along there as well. Now, something I have had to do here with Cherry Square is put in a high-rise ban, because this is one area that, although it should be modern and have the vanilla style, it shouldn't have high-rises, because it is just on the outskirts, not the outskirts, but it's on the edge of the city. So high-rises don't really make sense in here, so those are going to be slowly demolished and replaced with smaller buildings. We are also having some traffic issues, which is actually surprising. Although this red line station is super popular. So it's possible that what we're seeing there is... Why is that so popular? Where are people coming from to get to there, and why are they going to there? I want to see where they're going. A lot of them are going... A lot of them are merging there. Some people doing U-turns there, really? I guess that's because of the fire? I really don't know. I don't know if that fire truck's even going to get there. But I want to see where a lot of this traffic's trying to go. A lot of it's going to the right. Some of it is industrial traffic, but... No, I really don't know. I guess a lot of it's also cleared out, but... That's odd. That's really odd seeing that be so popular. 601 people in that red station. That's really strange. That is really strange. Maybe more paths are needed? I don't know. I really don't. Let's do a pedestrian path that runs from there to that side. So if people want to walk into the industrial zone, they absolutely can. As for here, I mean, there's not really much point in pedestrian paths. I also realize that people can't actually walk around here at the moment. So, let's do that, and do that, and connect across like that. So people can actually walk around the roundabout. We'll do the same for there as well. Generally speaking, they shouldn't be walking up here, although they can walk about these bits. So I'm not really going to encourage anyone to walk up that way, but this way, they can at least walk around here and get about if they want to. Is anyone using this? Not really. I don't know. I guess the traffic's dying down a bit. Maybe I just caught it at a time where there was, for whatever reason, just a lot of traffic. Still a bit weird, but it seems to have sorted itself, so I'm not too worried about it. I guess it's alright. I will do a little bit of office zoning just there. And even there, again, there's a lot of traffic. I guess it's just a busy road. I guess it is sort of a, you know, a major road for traffic coming down this way. I also want to fix this corner because it's a little bit too sharp for my liking these days, but it's fine, I think. Might be good to get a train line in here. We could do something interesting there. We could do a tram line up there, but I don't really want to bring trams to this part of the city. So I think what I'll do then is offices along there. We'll do a bunch of offices along there so that this isn't just a big empty space. We can do some trees in between them. We could do a pathway in between them. I think that might be pretty good. There are a couple of people using that. Are those cyclists? Yeah, the one at the front was a cyclist. Okay. Yeah, let's do a... Just real quick, let's just do a pathway sort of up between all these buildings that can sort of link to there. And then come down and link to there. Then just a few trees here and there. Hopefully this pollution will go away pretty quickly so that we can have this area looking absolutely beautiful. That's the dream, anyway. Actually, you know what? We do have much, much less pollution around here. Look at this. That's beautiful. The land's getting back to the way it should be. Also, that's fertile land. We could have put farms there. I mean, we can't put farms there now. It would look kind of silly having farms in a really built-up area, but that was definitely a missed opportunity. Definitely a missed opportunity. Anyway, ladies and gents, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Cherry Square is apparently super, super popular. Or it was, for some reason. Not really sure why, but there was a moment where it was super popular. But that's cool, that's good. I'm glad we got this new area in. I think what we need to start doing is focusing on building out this way a little bit. And then what we could also do is put some trees along here to make this look like it has sort of a nice natural edge to it. Because that's kind of what this is. This is kind of the last big built-up area before you get to the suburb. So doing this kind of thing, like feathering the trees around it and all that stuff could look really good. I did also do some trees up here. I'm not really done with it, but it looks alright, I think. Just go ahead and bulldoze those guys. But I think feathering some trees around this edge of the city will be pretty good once we have this area built up. We do still need to do something in this space. I don't think we're not going to get a beach, but we'll get something in there. Do still need to finish the Opera House. And also need to finish in, or fill in some of these spaces, and then maybe try that sort of Beverly Hills idea that I've had before, where we sort of have just some nice big houses up on this hill. I think that could look really, really good. We do have one more tile that we can buy, obviously, since we've got these 65,000 people. So I'm thinking that this one would make sense for expanding this suburb back a little bit. But I want this one here. So that is going to be the final tile. There's no point buying that one. This is the last tile. I need to be very careful with what I pick. That one would be kind of cool too, but I want this one. Just there. Alright. So there we go. We have all of the tiles that we're going to have. We can get access to this water here, so... I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, boats do come in there. So we could actually put a ferry terminal out here, which would be kind of cool. And then maybe run sort of a highway thing along there. Maybe get rid of some of this suburb here and run a busy road through and then continue the suburb. That's actually not a bad idea. That would be a good way to keep this corner and then just continue the avenue out to the ferry terminal and all that stuff. And then continue the suburb over this way a little bit. That's pretty cool. Anyway, my throat is... getting to be a little bit sore. You might have just heard it ever so slightly give up there. So thank you kind of for watching. Ladies and gents, this has been part 20 of our vanilla Let's Play, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!